What's up, everybody? This is your favorite ballhead realtor, Pedro Hardy, with my co-host Matt. What's up, Matt?
What's going on, everybody?
And then we got a special guest today. I think everybody knows who he is. Super Bowl champion, the inventor of the Gravedigger celebration, Mr. Black Visor, because he got tired of people poking his eyes out. That's how ruthless this guy was on the football field. Mr. Gilbert Brown. What's going on, Gilbert?
What's up, brother? How y'all doing, man?
Man, we are doing well. Man, first of all, I have to say, people are going to be asking us, how the hell did y'all get Gilbert Brown on this little podcast via Zoom, too? Not even a professional studio, via Zoom. And I'm going to tell people, Gilbert, I'm going to say, Gilbert, honestly, is one of the coolest people out there. He doesn't let the fame get to his head. And since the moment I met him, he's been a real dude, which I think says a lot about someone's character. So, Gilbert, tell us what you got going on right now.
Man, getting ready for this Detroit game, man. It's a lot of politics and stuff going on with it, man, because I'm thinking this is a big game, so it's gonna be one of us coming out the north and hopefully one of us going to the Super Bowl, whoever win this game. I know we see each other twice, and last year was kind of like a 1-for-1. This year, somebody got to step up and take both of them, and I think we're gonna do that.
So when you say we, because you're from Detroit now, so a
Man,
lot of people don't know that. Who you rooting for?
man, come on, man. Don't start the podcast. Man, I was never. I'm from the D. I love the D. But I was never a Detroit Lions fan. I mean, it was certain players that I admired on their team, but as far as being a fan of the Lions, hell no.
Oh man. So who was your team growing up? Like, who did you love to watch? Who was your favorite player?
It wasn't a team. It was a individual. So whatever, my favorite player at the time was Eric Dickerson. So he was with the Rams. I was a Rams guy. When he was with the Raiders or the Colts, I was those guys. I just gravitated to him because I always thought he was just one of the most powerful uh finesse running backs that I've ever seen.
What's funny is that I'm the same way. I don't have a quote unquote favorite team, even though, yes, Packers, I'm here in, Wisconsin. But man, I'm not gonna lie. Wherever Brett Favre went, even though majority of his career was with the Packers, when he left, your boy got a jersey real quick. You know what
No,
I mean? So
no.
Brett Favre is my guy, and Michael
Oh,
Vick. Those are my two players.
yeah, I had a I am as much as I don't like Detroit, the Vikings I despise. But I despise the Vikings, and when Brett Favre went over to the Vikings, I told him, I said, "Hey man, I love you, but I ain't cheering for your ass." And I tell everybody, it's a little joke I usually say. It's like I was so mad at Brett that uh on the pool table, do you guys play pool? Do you
Yep.
guys on the
Not
pool
very good at
on the pool table, there's a purple four ball on that pool table. I hit that son bitch first.
it.
You didn't even try to win the game. You said
Now
whatever.
I'm hitting up, wherever it's at, I'm hitting that son bitch first.
So did you and Brett Favre have like were you guys really close or is it just like we're cool teammates?
Yeah, we teammates, man. Everybody don't realize, I mean, everybody's different beliefs and everybody does this and everybody does that. But at the end of the day, that's my teammate and I love him. You know what I'm saying? So, regardless of what people think of him and how he chooses what he does, he's one of those guys that I really admire because of what he did on the football field. I mean, over 300 games straight. You know what I'm saying? Not missing a game. He's paying for it now,
Oh yeah.
but at the time, man, you don't think about that at the time. You think about it now, but at the time, You was carefree, and I'm in. Let's go, you know. But it wears on you after a while. Football is a violent sport, man. And I wish there were parameters for the young kids. You know what I'm saying? Because you sit there and you watch them, and they got a device that they put over their helmet, which is like I call it a dome. I don't know what the thing is for it, but I wish that they would require every youth athlete to wear that dome, just because your brain is still developing as a young kid, you know what I mean? I always at least see you 2021. So I wish that was a requirement to wear that practice and in games, because little league, man, and going to little league and high school and stuff, you got coaches out there, especially high school level, that you got mostly some of the dads out there coaching.
Yeah.
Some of
Right.
them don't know diddly squat about football. You know what I'm saying? There's a drill called the Oklahoma drill
Oh, I love that drill.
that sent many guys from football to basketball. I'm telling you. And you can't do that nowadays. You cannot be so physical like that. And I don't know why. Because I don't think the brain changed from 19 whatever to 2000. You know what I'm saying? But still, they're finding out that you can't do them type of things like what we used to do. I mean, when we were playing, a concussion was a stinger, or take 2 plays off and get your ass back in there.
Yeah.
Now it's a weak protocol. Nobody told us about that. You know what I'm saying? So we're learning about the game, and we're trying to be smarter about the game. So hopefully, somebody take heed to what I'm trying to say.
No, I agree with you. I mean, me and Matt, we played high school football and we played the Division 3 level. We played at a Wisconsin Lutheran College.
Still
And
football.
you said what?
It's still football, baby.
And that's what I'm saying.
Football
Like
as well.
people don't understand. Like Matt, you could agree with this. I got 4 concussions from playing. That's in college. I can't tell you how much I had in high school because I was a quarterback. Every
Mm,
time I see those little, those little swirly things, and you black out for a second, you start seeing those swirly things.
hmm
That's a
Yeah, little
concussion. Let's be
floaters.
honest, right?
Yeah,
So they're
yeah,
like, Pedro, 121 waggle on 3. I'm like, guys, we're just gonna run left. You know what I mean? Like, and you just have to stay in the game. And that's at a
yeah,
level where it doesn't really matter. We're playing for fun. I
yeah.
mean, Matt, have you ever had a concussion?
I had my first one in college, actually. I was fortunate. I didn't get too banged up in high school, but college is where I had all my injuries because just, I guess, another layer of aggression and talent level that you're around. So, but yeah, I had my first concussion. And I remember someone asked me a question. It was regarding like a class time. And I was like, yeah, I think that's doing like a week and a half for now. And I looked at the guys like, but I don't know. You're from Minnesota. Why you didn't even go here? And it was one of our teammates. Like, and they was like, yeah, you need to sit down, pal. You're still out of
That boy in a different state. Look at him. That
it.
boy in a different state.
But
But I think like you said, I know you do a lot of charity work, and you do a lot of camps and stuff. I agree with you. Some of these kids are way too young to be doing the Oklahoma drill. Um, quite frankly, I don't think you should be doing that unless you hit a certain age group because some
Yeah,
kids are just gifted, right? Like
yeah,
Gilbert, when you were a kid and
yeah.
we were the same age, you were probably 3 times the size as I was.
Oh
And
yeah,
we're doing this drill. I'm like, for what? At the end of the day, Pee Wee games don't mean nothing.
yeah,
But you're banging these kids, heads, and I'm like, I agree with you. I support the local youth. We do charity work for them, and you see kid get cleared, like cleared, and everybody would just be clapping. I'm like, do y'all know that might be a concussion right there? And he's
yeah,
right back in the game.
yeah,
So like I agree with you. Like, the technology has to change. But I think there needs to be a nationwide like protocol on Pee Wee football
yeah,
specifically. Like it can't be no Oklahoma drills. They can't be no, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
yeah,
what's another one? I mean, cut blocking.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean,
It's
Oh,
coaches,
wow.
man. It's coaches that um they don't we're gonna see how tough he is. We want to see how tough he can do this. We want to say, I'm like, come on, man. I mean, some of these kids ain't built like that. You know what I'm saying? Get them out there, let them learn the game. I mean, me personally, I never played little league. I started in high school, so I never played
wow.
league football. So it was kind of like, it was an eye opener for me, because I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, this hurts, man. What the hell going on here? But you learn to play the game without being able to um have to show how tough you are. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Let's just play the game, see how good you are. Let's see if your mind is just as good as your body. Because I try to tell everybody football is 90% mental, man. 10% physical. It's 90%.
Oh
I, I
yeah.
I told one dude the other day, they all fussing about quarterbacks. I'm like, man, they make so much money and I can do that. And I'm like, dude, really? Imagine this now. Imagine this. You're sitting there and the clock, the 40-second clock just clicked. Okay, now you waiting on the coach to give you the call. You
Which
get
is
the
late.
call, which is late. You get the
Always.
call. Then then you got to get him to play. You break the huddle. As you walk into the huddle, you got to look over this defense and figure out, do I need to change this play, or do I need to set up another play, or do I need to figure this out? Then you got to get to the line and make sure everybody's set. Make sure everybody done moving and doing all this other stuff. Then you got to sit there and you got, if like my man Santana Dotson, he was one of those dudes that didn't know his plays. So he said, hey man, what we got on this? What we got on this? So of course, as a quarterback, you got to know what everybody's doing.
Hmm.
Now you got to sit up there and you got to tell him, okay, you got to go there, you got to go there. Now you got to sit up and say, oh shoot, I got to switch this play. All this got to be done in 40 seconds before you snap the ball. That's why they get paid that big money.
I played quarterback all 4 years in high school. And even at the high school level, like everything you just talked about, a lot of people think it's about throwing the ball,
Yeah.
right? You just got to throw the ball. I'm like, do you understand that I have to throw the ball different in a cover two? And I
Mm-hmm.
have to throw it different in a cover three or a man cover, right? Like I have to, like you said, I only have a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Plus, I got to make sure that, okay, all my linemen, you guys are pass blocking, you're not run blocking because that's a penalty. My
Mm-hmm.
running back, what side you got to be on. Now, X, Y, slot, right? You got to do all the receivers. And there's always a receiver that don't know what the hell is going on. And he's the most athletically
Santana
gifted
Dotson.
one, right?
He
So you got to
Santana
do like,
Dotson.
that's that sanitizer, right? So I'm like, dude, you got to fade or you got the post route, skinny post or long post. I'm like, God damn it. Like, we just talked about this 3 times,
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's
Mm-hmm.
at high school. Now you're talking about the NFL where the
Yeah.
defense knows
Yeah.
the offensive plays just as well as the, if not better than the average person, number
Yeah.
one. And
Yeah.
they're trying to kill your shit.
Yeah.
And as a quarterback,
With a book about this thick.
yeah.
This thick, you gotta know everything.
So when you played, like, let's talk about practice. Speaking of that, about that, let's talk about your NFL practices because I know for us at the Division 3 level, right, we had this, we had the the skeleton squad, right, where they mimic who you playing, right? And so
Yeah.
as a defense, you have to like, okay, this is what we're gonna do when they have this, formation. Speak just about that for your specific position. In the NFL, was it just Gilbert Brown, we focus on Gilbert Brown, or was it like, hey, I gotta know what my linebackers are doing? Are they running through the A gap or running through the B gap? Like,
Mm.
tell us a little bit about that and like your preparation going into that.
Yeah, really, really, like I said, with the defense, you get a book is just as thick as the offense does. You know what I'm saying? And it's your job. And people always say this, that once you become a professional, you ain't gonna have guys over there telling you, man, you need to go run, you need to go lift weights, you need to go do this. You're a professional now. You gotta do all that on your own, or you're gonna get cut. You're gonna lose. You just gonna get cut. Plain and simple. People don't understand that. Um, if we got a certain defense on and you don't know that and you mess up, because if I got Leroy Butler come shooting through the A gap and I'm running to the A gap because I don't know, You can't keep doing that before you get cut. You know what I'm saying? This is the crazy part that people really don't understand. So we get to we get over there and we start about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, which is special teams. And from special teams all the way through, we don't get done. We don't hit the showers till 5:30 at 5:36 at night. You see what I'm saying?
You start at 6:30?
6:30 in the morning. We don't get done. Now these pretty boys now, I don't know how they do it now. But when we was playing, we started at 6:30 in the morning. We didn't go until about 5:30, 6 o'clock at night. So we there at the facility all day. The only day you got off is Tuesday. Now check out what happens on Tuesday. It's your day off. You know, 6 days hard. It's your day off. But normally I need to go in and do something, man. I need to get, I need to do this, do that, or whatever, But guess what guess what the organization is doing? On Tuesday, they're bringing in guys to take your position. And if they're cheaper and just as good, they will get that person and cut you unless you are just bona fide. You know what I'm saying? So I had to deal with that for 10 years. They bringing in people every Tuesday because, guys get cut or guys get this and now they're on the waiver wire. They bringing in these guys to see how good they are. And if they good, they're going to get them and get rid of you. So
That is so bad. On your only day off, you got to worry about this dude coming in that's hungry, just like you, or maybe hungrier because he wanted that opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't, Matt, you knew that?
Yeah, pressure.
no
That's
idea about
pressure,
that.
man. That's pressure. That's the nature of the beast. And that's when you really realize football is a business. You know what I'm saying? It's not just playing and messing around. It's a business. So if you're not in there working out, if you're not in there learning your plays, if you're not in there doing what you're supposed to do and you slipping, guess what's going to happen to you? They're going to bring that guy in there and say, hey, man, bring your playbook up there because you're done. You know what I mean?
That's
So that's
cutthroat.
what I say. It's like an average of 2 years at max for most people.
If that, man, and I was blessed with 10 of them with the one team, so that means I was on my game for as long as I can do it.
So with that routine, speaking of business, right now, right? Let's talk about your business. Are you taking the discipline from being an NFL player into your business now, or does it look a little different? Because that's a whole other level of discipline right there. 7 days a week.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I mean, you do things and like I said, everybody stumbles, everybody make mistakes, everybody does this, that, the other. But when it boils down to it, man, if you really want something, you got to achieve it by working hard at it. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me nothing easy. I don't want it. And you can keep your shit. But if I'm out there doing what I'm supposed to do and people are depending on me, I got 4 kids, man. They depending on me to take care of them, man. You know what I'm saying? So I got to do what I got to do, man, regardless of playing the game. But now I always say this: 60,000 people ain't cheering for me on Wednesday when I'm taking out the garbage. You know what I mean? So I gotta find other things to do. But people don't understand, man. If you're a true player of the game, football is in your DNA. And I try to explain that to people. It was like 2 weeks ago. I'm outside cutting the grass and you smell the grass, man, and it's hot outside and your body gets to twitching because you're supposed to be playing football. And it's to the point where football is one of those things where you have to really tell yourself, you got to catch yourself, man, because it's depression in this game. It's a lot of depression in this game because you've been playing this game for so long and now somebody took it away from you, or you can't do it anymore, or because of injury. And for some guys, they can't handle that. That's why you see the suicides. That's why you see the different things. And that CTE stuff is real, man. It's real, man. I mean, I ain't crazy, but I'm crazy, but I mean, the other day I was driving, um, down the street and they put all these damn roundabouts at my house, by my house, man. So I'm driving and I go through a roundabout and I go through it again. And my son said, "Hey, Dad, what you doing, man?" I said, "Man, I'm just trying to see if you was paying attention, man." And I had to catch myself like, damn, I did go through that son bitch twice.
He doing a quick circle. That
I
boy was
mean,
doing a circle 5 times.
real circle, man. But I mean, you know what, man? My body is this and my head is that. But I love this game so much, and I know if I knew what I know now, I'm so stupid. I still do it again.
I mean, is it stupid? You know, what I mean, you lived a life that less millions of people dream of, right?
Mm,
Like, I mean, me and Matt, we were dream of being in the NFL, right?
mm,
And for whatever reason, it didn't work out that way.
mm,
And another thing, when I first met you, the fame, even after 10 years of playing, I mean, what
mm.
actually your last season was almost 20 years ago, right? Give or
Oh
take.
04. Oh
Yeah,
04.
20 years ago, yeah. The amount of people were asking you for pictures and all that stuff. I'm sitting right next to him, Matt, and I'm like, why does this dude look so damn familiar? But you weren't like so big headed. You were like, man, I'm just trying to eat my soup right now. And everybody was just picture, picture, picture. And we made a joke. I'm like, that's got to get annoying a little bit. Not annoying, but like you got to be like, man, I just want to eat my soup in peace, man. You know, what I mean? You appreciate the fans, but you're like, come on. So how do you handle, or how did you handle it when you were a superstar, right? You know, the grave digger, right? He got the black visor, right? All that till today. Like, because it seems like your fame didn't stop.
Man, you know what, man? It's crazy, but it's the price that you pay. You know what I'm saying? It's the price that you pay. If you put it down like you want to put it down, then you gotta pay the price. You know, I always tell everybody when when you put that helmet on, you can be anybody you want to be. You want to be Tiller the Hun. You want to act like you ripping out somebody's throat. Whatever you got to do, that's what you do. But when you take that helmet off, you got to be a gentleman. You got to be respectful. That's how people respect you. You see what I'm saying? People don't understand. I mean, some of these young cats, man, I ain't gotta do that. I'm gonna go strip club, all this stuff. Whatever you do, you gotta remember, these young kids emulate whatever you do. Whatever you do, they're gonna emulate you. And people, I ain't no role model. No, you ain't, but you are. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't, but you are. So I take that to heed, man, and you know, every now and then, you know, you get a fan come over there. I'm a owner. You got to do that. No, not really, man. I mean, you know, that's just a piece of paper you got. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, come on now. But people don't understand that we're human too. We may be big, we may be bad, we may be this, but we're human too. So you gotta respect them just like they supposed to respect you. And I always try to tell everybody, you know, the first time you meet somebody and the celebrity had a bad day, that sticks with them for the rest of their life. He's an
Yeah.
asshole when I met him. He's an asshole. He's this. No, no, no. He might have had a bad day. You know what I'm saying? Just like you have a bad day. Don't uh try to put a person up because he had a bad day and you caught him on that bad day. You know, so it's tough in my position for what I put down and what I want to do. You know, I mean, sometimes you always got to have a face on. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard, but it's the price you pay, man. It's what you got to do.
I mean, you said something. I remember Kevin Hart said that in an interview too. He's like, he's coming out the bathroom, and the guy's like, I want a picture right now, right now. And Kevin Hart's like, I got you when I come out. And Kevin
Mm,
Hart was like, I gotta go take a shit. You know what I mean? So he's like, let me take care of that, and then I got you when I get out the bathroom. And the
mm,
guy still by the stall
mm.
waiting. And Kevin, he's like, bro, like, let me do this in my peace right now, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
we're not in prison. Get the hell away from the stall. You know what I mean? Um, but then the guy posted Kevin Hart and he said he was an asshole because the way he talked to him. And
yeah,
and I'm just like, and then I'm thinking about our interaction. I think we were at the restaurant, what, 4 hours? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Having a good time. And the amount of people just grabbed you, like Matt, there were people literally grabbing this man, not knowing this man could rip them in half. And
Yeah.
I'm looking at Gilbert. I'm like, and Gilbert's just a calm face. Just yeah. Hey, he just got a calm face. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, in that 4 hours, I witnessed someone being like, man, we all love you, Gilbert. So some people just getting way too drunk. And it's just like,
Oh
damn,
yeah. Yeah,
I would get
that's where sometimes you gotta remove yourself from the situation, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, guys like us, man, we don't need no entourage. We don't need no bodyguards and different things like that. But then again, you got to tell yourself, I need to move myself from this situation. I'm at the quick trip. I go in the bathroom in the urinal. I'm using the bathroom. Dude come next to me. He using the bathroom. He look over. He see me. Say, Gilbert Brown, let me shake your hand. I say, hold on, bro. No, let's go over here to this sink over here, wash our hands, and then we shake hands. I mean, he just come on, man. I'm like,
People just get stopped. They just don't think.
That's how you catch COVID, bro. What you
uh,
on, man?
that's how you gonna catch something else, shaking the dude's hand while he's shaking his hand. You know, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that.
I mean,
So
people should just be people, right? Like,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
But you get but if you put yourself in their shoes, right? Let's say like I'm somewhere and Janet Jackson walked through the door, I'm gonna act crazy. Oh Lord, Holly Berry won't do, I'm gonna act crazy. But me knowing how I would feel brings me back to reality because I know that feeling. Some people don't know that feeling, so
yeah.
that's the way they're gonna act. So you gotta give them a little leeway, man.
I appreciate that, man. And I just come back to being humble. Our podcast is called Humble Insights.
Mm,
I mean, we're not as famous as you are, but in our city, we're pretty known. And I always tell newer agents, especially that always ask, me and Matt, how you guys have all these rental properties or how you guys do this? And I always tell them, like you just said, work hard to
mm,
stay humble. Don't get
yeah,
too big headed. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Matt, you're probably one of the humblest guys I know. Um, and I mean, you're a handsome young man. You make the girls go crazy. Don't let the wife beat me up when I say that. Uh, but how do you feel about that too, Matt? Like hearing a superstar like Gilbert talk, and then from our level of celebrityism, I guess how you call it. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think you just emulate a humility, like you said, and have that role model face, even though, like you said, sometimes you don't want to be that role model, but you have to be. And I think that speaks to a lot of what you're doing in the community as well. And I'd love to hear about kind of the action that you've taken with a couple of the youth clubs and everything else that you have going on within the community.
Yeah, how you doing that? 156 charities. Whew, that's a
My
number.
my foundation is no, it's 159, brother.
Oh, my bad. Oh,
159
that's
different
that's on me.
159 different children's charities. Is gilbertbrownfoundation.org. It's one of those things that's it helped me during my football. I mean, after football, because I'm sitting there going crazy, trying to figure out things to do and trying to figure out how can I, you know, you know, do something with all this energy I got. And I started out with one, and got to two, got to 15, and then you got another kid come up. Can you? Okay, 16. Then I got then I got my volunteers telling me, "Hey man, don't you take not another." I'm at 150. You know what I'm saying? And then they're like, don't, okay, that's enough. And I'm like, all right, well, you tell these little kids no then. If you can tell them no, then we ain't gonna do it. If you can't tell them no and they get to me first, 159. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things, man, where, I'm a mama's boy, and my mom brought me up right, there's something that's missing out the homes now is the mother and father. I helped coach my son's football team, high school, and I'm looking at these young men, and some of them don't have fathers at home, and the feeling I get when I walk on the field and they come up to me and hugging me, hey coach, hey coach, hey coach, we love you, coach. Bye 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 bye. And I'm like, wow, you know what I'm saying? The impact you can have on a young man's life when they're not gonna tell you that they need that hug or that help. But if you go ahead and offer it before they even say anything, that's the world for them young cats, man. So I love doing that, and the only thing I need in return is a smile. That's all I need.
Man, that speaks volume. I mean, I'll be honest. I grew up fatherless, um, and my coach, shout out Coach Matthew, um, man, talk about being a father.
Mm,
Like, I mean, there was a couple times Pedro was homeless, and he took me in. And there's a couple times I'm acting stupid because I'm letting, get big headed because, Pedro's getting college letters and, all this stuff. I'm acting a fool in class, and he's like, "Hey, football players don't act like that." You
yeah,
know what I mean? And just to have someone like that, and like you said, sometimes just a hug. I mean,
yeah,
especially as men,
yeah,
there's this thing like we're too manly to show
yeah,
affection.
yeah.
And I told my business partner at the time, my business partner is older than me. Shout out to Rick. And I tell him, man, I love you, bro. I'm like,
Mm,
man, because I met him during the lowest part of my life, and I said,
mm.
bro, I love you.
Ain't nothing
And
wrong with that, man. Ain't nothing
th
wrong with that. And it's another thing. It's kind of like I try to tell all the people and the guys I meet and the brothers I meet and all that stuff, man. Go get yourself checked out every 6 months, man. That's another macho thing. We don't need to go to the doctor, or we don't want that bill, or we don't want this, or we don't want that. But I lost my younger brother through breast cancer. And he didn't go get it checked out. He had this thing on his chest, and the girlfriend sitting up there, she ain't saying nothing and making before you know it was stage 4, too late, man. So I try to stress to all these guys out here and all these men, go get the 6 months, every 6 months, go see the man. And you could be saving your life, man. Even in between those 6 months, you don't know what's going on in your body. You may feel like you great. I had a buddy of mine, he had 2 heart attacks. He had 99% blockage in his widowmaker. And he walk around like, I'm cool, I'm good, I'm this. Bam, it hit him like that. You know what I'm saying? It don't take that much to go get them people to run them ultrasounds and check out your arteries, man. Every 6 months, man. I mean, I ain't saying I'm a bill of health either. I like to eat chicken and chickens and all that stuff, but I'm gonna try to give myself a fighting chance by going to see the man every 6 months.
it's like you said, it's the macho thing, right? Like
Oh yeah, oh
your
yeah,
your ego, sometimes
oh
your ego is
ego.
your worst enemy.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So, I do want to talk about, I know we're getting time here, but I do want to talk about your new product. So tell us about your new beer that you got, in the market.
I got a yes beer because it's Wisconsin. Uh, I'm a crown man myself. I love crown. But I'm stepping into the beer thing. I ain't like Leroy Butler. He got his Leap vodka.
Leap Vodka, that's so
He-
clever. That's
Leap,
so
but
clever.
but he don't touch Leap vodka. You understand what I'm saying? How can
Oh,
you
okay.
he don't drink, he don't smoke, he don't do nothing. He just straight narrow. He crazy, but he straight and narrow. He get on people. I said, man, he said, my name is Leroy Butler. I said, hey man, in Detroit, we say Leroy. So when did you become French? French,
Labrador. La
Leroy.
bibibi.
Leroy. But I mean, that's the thing about having friends and brothers, and you can do all this joking and everything, man, and it boils down to everybody got their own ventures. You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing this beer thing. It's by company in Milwaukee. I hope I'm saying it right. Tersala that's brewing it, and
Okay.
it's called the beer's called Killer Coach, and trying to get it out in the stores right now. It's in a couple bars right now. Um, so if y'all vast on checking stuff out, go to the Tersala website
Tasala. Okay.
and check it
We
out.
We're gonna check them out this weekend, actually. So
You
is
doing
it
all
sold
kinds of
online?
brews with that, like ambers, IPAs, or what are you focusing on
Well,
specifically? Other?
the first two runs that they did were like they only did like 93 bottles, and that was a 22-ounce bottle, and that was a heavy dark beer
Okay.
with a hint of ghost pepper in it.
Ah.
It was pretty tasty. So now this, all you wimps out there, I backed off that a little bit. We got a beer now, and it's in cans now, and it's beer. It's beer. It's good beer. You know, you get you some wings and you drink some beer, and you can sit there with your friends and have a good time.
So let me ask you this. So is there a website that we could go to purchase it, or is it just in selected bars?
No, I don't think that's what I'm saying. It just came out. I mean, the two runs that they did in the bottles, and it just came out in the cans. And I guess y'all are just gonna have to have me back on here so I can give y'all all the information because I'm it's getting new to me myself, and I don't even have a can. So I got one of the bottles right here on my desk right here. That's what the bottles was looking like.
That's a dope bottle though.
Yeah, that's what the one of the bottles was looking like. That was the red, and this one is the green.
That green, I like that green though.
Yeah, I like the green.
But you see how it's
I like the take on Maker's Mark
Yeah,
there.
the Maker's
yeah,
Mark drip.
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So I got that. I don't have a can, but soon as I will, I'll let y'all know.
Yeah, and once you ever back in the city, let us know too.
Yeah,
We'll
I know one thing where I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be down in Green Bay, Wisconsin, when we run through Detroit on Sunday. That's where I'm gonna be. And I have a tailgate party I usually do every home game at Stadium View Bar and Grill down there in Green Bay,
Oh,
which is
sure.
in eyesight of Lambeau Field.
Yep.
2 hours before the game, if y'all down there kicking it, come by and holler at your boy. I always got somebody with me, Santana's, Leroy, the half deads.
Hey, hey, shoot me the text. Me and Matt will be there. We'll represent.
Absolutely.
We go. Hey,
Absolutely.
what size shirt you wear? Because we gotta get you a humble inside shirt too.
Well, I'm trying to get my sugar sweet on, but a 4X would be good.
For 4X. Hey, nah, it's all
I drop from a 5 to a 4, man.
man, 5X. Whew. We had one kid, it's so funny because inner city, we always have the funniest
Yeah,
nicknames for people.
yeah.
We had a kid that wore a 5X. We called him Tiny. And I'm like, that's
You know
the
what?
opposite. I'm like, why we call him Tiny? Like this
I ain't
motherfucker in the
never
5X right now.
I ain't never had the opportunity for somebody to call me tiny. Never. I can remember in high school, man. I left. Now I did play high school with Jerome Bettis. Me and Jerome
Ooh,
Bettis, the bus, we played the same team together. So when I left high school, I was 6'2.5", 322 pounds,
that's
running
crazy.
running a 4.7.
Matt, can you
Running.
run a 4.7
Damn.
today?
I don't even think I ever eclipsed 4.7. I think 4.72 was the fastest.
Dog, you was 320 running a 4.7?
322 running a 4.7. Went to University of Kansas.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that. You turned down Michigan to go.
Yeah.
Why Kansas?
I turned out, like I told you, I was a mama's boy. And I figured, I said, if I go to Michigan, mama gonna be up there every weekend. Ain't gonna be able to do nothing.
Hey, that's smart.
But then, I knew, see, the University of Kansas told me, well, to be honest with you, I don't know why, but I really wanted to go to the University of Minnesota. That's where I wanted to go. Don't ask me why. I mean,
Gophers.
back then it was Daryl Thompson and Rick I think his name Ricky Fogger. They just looked just so crazy to me. And I took my visit there, and one of my homeboys was there already, and they put us in a room together. He was an offensive tackle, big dude, big Keith Ballard was his name. And they put us in the dorm together, and my shoulder was touching the wall, touching his shoulder, and his shoulder was touching the wall. I said, "This the dorm room?" He said, "Yeah." And then the coach messed up and he said, "You know what? Y'all two standing there together, you'll make a hell of an offensive guard." I said, "No,
I ain't doing that.
I ain't coming here. I ain't coming here." And University of Kansas said, "Hey, man, you got an opportunity to start if you come here." And I'm sitting there, I'm like, Michigan love to put people on the shelf, even though I love that maize and blue and all that good, that beautiful helmet that they have. I said, you know what? I'm gonna put myself out there and go to Kansas. I'm gonna start fresh. I mean, we ain't no guarantees for no bowls, no nothing. We gotta play Oklahoma, Colorado, Nebraska, the big three. You know what I'm saying? I like a challenge, man, and it worked out for me. It worked out for me, big
Hey,
time.
what they say, if you're good enough, they'll find you, no matter where
Yeah,
you at.
yeah, yeah. I took my lumps early, man, and this is where when people say, um. How come this dude was so great in college and he get to the pros and he just booty? And I'm sitting up there, I'm like, okay, when I first got to the University of Kansas, I thought I was the man. Ain't nobody gonna fade me. I got out there, first game we played Oklahoma. They hit me so hard. When I was finished, I was 20 yards downfield. 20 yards downfield.
Sheesh.
And I'm like, huh? But see, you can either take it and take your ass whooping, or you can take it and be like, okay, here I come. The next year, I circle my man's name, him and him. I need to see them. I need to see them
I
next
need
year.
my payback. I need my
I
lip
need
back.
to see them. I need to see them, dog. And I say, hey, that game, the following game, Oklahoma game, yeah, yeah.
I got
I
him.
gave them boys the business. You know what I'm saying? And then that's what I'm saying. Then you get to the pros, and everybody don't understand this. But see, in college, you playing against this guy. This guy may be semi-good. This guy may be okay. This guy may be great. When you get to the pros, everybody's an All-American.
That's
You know
crazy.
what I'm saying? Everybody's an All-American. So now it's like you got to check your oil. You see what I'm saying? You got to test your manhood. And if you can't do that, you ain't going to make it, son. It's just plain and simple. That's when they really separate the men from the boys. And that's when you got to lock in to what you're supposed to do, which people don't understand. People ask me, man, you know what, blah, blah. I say, you know what? When I'm out there on the field, 70,000 people are cheering. And then when I get in my stands, I don't hear shit. All I hear is the man across from me. All I hear is him breathing. All I can hear is maybe a call or two. And then when the play is snapped, you still focus. And then when you make your play, then you hear the roar of the crowd, and then you hear all this other stuff. People don't understand, man. That tunnel vision is for real.
And that tunnel vision, like, you get that high at any level, I feel like. I mean, Matt, could you agree with this? Like, we never played in the NFL, but like, there's my moments where I'm like, I'm him, and it's only
Any
me out here.
any profession, dog. Any profession. I don't care if you that damn garbage man, and you focused on your job. You in that tunnel vision because if you're a surgeon, if you are a firefighter, everybody gets that feeling, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's your profession and you want to be the best at your profession, paid or not. You know what I mean?
Big
Yeah.
time.
Quadrant, that zone, that's
There you go.
transparent throughout.
There you go. Got to be in that zone.
I mean, in real estate, I'm not gonna lie. Matt, you could say this when you get a big deal that high, and like, I mean, there's a couple times I'm like, damn, did I just do this? Like when you beat a 10 offers, 20 offers, and you get that house, and you like, you flex a little
Oh,
bit, like, yeah,
absolutely.
this is why
I
I'm the
mean,
ball head realtor. Get it right. You know what I mean?
I don't have a
Like,
gravedigger impression that I can do, but
yeah,
I
I'm just
pump
out
my
here.
chest a little bit.
Put some respect on my name.
Pop your collar, baby.
That's right. You know what I mean? In a white tee, damn it. But no, seriously, hey Gilbert, man, thank you so much for taking some time out your busy day. We definitely appreciate you. We're gonna have you back on here, especially once you get the beer and everything going. we definitely coming to that tailgate party. Matt,
Oh yeah, whenever we got a couple more games left. Come on down.
we definitely coming to some tailgate parties. I'm gonna bring some of my friends, Gilbert, and
Bring them.
some of my friends.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
bring them. Bring the ugly ones and the pretty ones too. We don't discriminate.
Hey, everybody show love. Matt, any last words, Matt, that you want to close this with?
No, I just can't wait to see a couple cans next time we have you on. And thanks for sharing everything and the humility. It was a great conversation. Really appreciate you, Gilbert.
Yeah, and I want to say to you guys, I mean, it don't matter who you are, man. If you got love for somebody and you respect somebody, big or short, tall or skinny, you're gonna respect it. And I respect you too. I appreciate you guys from having me on your show. And it don't like I say, man, I put on my pants just like y'all. But the difference between us is how much and what are you willing to do to get the job done.
That's right.